So we are going to be starting the Gemara on Daf Chav Gimul Amud Aleph from B'Yom Tov Chamisha B'Yom Kippurim Shisha, right? So it talks about over there. So we're going to start over here where it says Matnitan, right? Our Mishnah. Matnitan Mani. Who is our Mishnah like? Who is the Tana of our Mishnah? Lo Rabbi Yishmael, velo Rabbi Akiva. It's not Rabbi Yishmael, and it's not Rabbi Akiva. How do we know this? That's not one of them. Ditanya that we learned in the Braita. B'Yom Tov Chamisha u'Yom Kippurim Shisha u'Shabbat Shiv'a. On Yom Tov you read 5 aliyot. Yom Kippur you read 6 aliyot, and on Shabbat you read 7 aliyot. Ein pochatin mehen. You do not read less than them. The meaning than 5 on Yom Tov and 6 on Yom Kippur and 7 on Shabbat. Ve'ei mosifin alein, and you cannot add on them. Divrei Rabbi Yishmael. Those are the words of Rabbi Yishmael, right? So Rabbi Yishmael says 5, 6, 7. Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Akiva says B'Yom Tov Chamisha, u'B'Yom Kippurim Shiv'a, u'B'Shabbat Shish'a. So Rabbi Akiva says a little bit differently than we're aware of. This is not what we do today. 5, you read 5 on Yom Tov, you have 7 aliyot on Yom Kippur, and you have 6 aliyot on Shabbat. Ein pochatin mehem, you don't do less. Aval mosifin aleihem, but you could add. Mani, who is this like? Meaning who is our Mishnah like? Rabbi Yishmael, Kashya Tosefet. If it's like Rabbi Yishmael, the fact that Rabbi Yishmael says you're not allowed to add any aliyot, well, our Mishnah, right, says you're allowed to add. So that doesn't work out. And Rabbi Akiva, if it's Rabbi Akiva, if we're going to say he's the author, Kashya Shisha'a V'Shiv'a, the numbers 6 and 7 are difficult because our Mishnah says you have 6 on Yom Kippur, 7 on Shabbat. Rabbi Akiva says you have 6 on Shabbat and 7 on Yom Kippur. So that doesn't work out so well. Amar Rava answers, Tana debe Rabbi Yishmael. Our Mishnah follows this Braita that was taught in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael. Did Tanya debe Rabbi Yishmael that was taught in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael, by Yom Tov Chamisha, on Yom Tov you have 5 aliyot. By Yom Kippurim Shisha, on Yom Kippur you have 6 aliyot. By Shabbat Shiv'an, on Shabbat you have 7 aliyot, which is exactly like our Mishnah. And finally ends the Braita, Ein pochatin mehen, aval mosifin aleihen, divrei Rabbi Yishmael. You're not allowed to take away, you can't do less, but you're allowed to add. So that also works perfectly with our Mishnah. So we have now a new issue here. So we found our author, which is a Rabbi Yishmael, which is a Braita that was taught in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael. But Kashya de Rabbi Yishmael, we now have a question, a difficulty, because Rabbi Yishmael we have 2 different reports of his teaching. One in which he says you're not allowed to add any aliyot, and the other one says you're allowed to add aliyot. So how does that work? How could we have a contradiction in what Rabbi Yishmael says? Answers the Gemara, Trei Tana'ai Aliba de Rabbi Yishmael. We have 2 Tanaim that have that. So, right. So we say it was 2 different students of Rabbi Yishmael that taught his teachings, right? So ask the Gemara a different question. Man tana laha ditanya. Who is the one that taught this Braita? B'Yom Tov me'acharin lavo u'mimharin latzet. On Yom Tov, right, we take a while to come to Bet Knesset because we're so busy preparing food, because you're allowed to prepare food on Yom Tov, but we leave Bet Knesset really quickly, because there's a lot of food, there's a big meal ahead. On Yom Kippur, we come to shul early because there's no food to prepare. You're not eating on Yom Kippur. And we leave later because the tefillot are so long. On Shabbat, we come early and we come quickly to shul because everything is already prepared, and we leave quickly because we have a big meal coming up. Leima Rabbi Akiva itle gavra yetera. Right, so let's say that this braita reflects Rabbi Akiva. Why? Because Rabbi Akiva said on Yom Kippur you have 7 aliyot, right? And 7 aliyot would take longer. And if you notice, the braita says that on Yom Kippur that me'acharin laset, right? It takes it take longer to leave. So we say afilu tema. You could even say it's Rabbi Ishmael. That the Tana, this braita is Rabbi Ishmael, the nafish sidurei de yoma. That nafish, it's a lot. Sidura is like the seder of the day, meaning the tefillah is longer on Yom Kippur. So you could even say that this braita works perfectly with Rabbi Ishmael.